Ninjago first began in 2011. Greatness began in 2011. Getting dizzy because you're a dumb kid began in 2011. The Ninjago pilot episodes began in 2011. And with that we got a line of sets that were amazing. My personal favourite being Garmadon's Dark Fortress. I mean, just look at it. Yeah. But in this video I'm going to be building, or at least try to build, 3 different sets from the pilot wave using my own pieces. Why, you may ask? I don't know. Let's begin on the first set, which is Kai's blacksmith shop. I downloaded the instructions on lego.com and got to building. So I started out with a bunch of tan plates since I didn't have a big one, and started building up the walls. Then it came to make this weapon rack thing that can spin, and a fireplace where you melt steel. And then I added some interior details like an anvil and a water pool, and made the roof, which was more complicated than I thought. Added some greenery on the tree and the set was finished. But we'll look at it in detail later. Now let's move on to the next set, which is Mountain Shrine. Does anyone remember this set? This set comes with a Pilot Kai minifigure and a weird dangly skeleton. So this set actually comes with the original spinner piece, so I tried to make that. Yeah, it will do. So I started out building the foundation, which is in a pretty strange shape, but then I added these grey rock pieces and it started to come together. Then I built this like mini temple which resembles a Japanese structure. I then added some weapons and a chain with spikes on it, and finally built this side build with axes on it, and the set is finished. And now let's move on to the final set, the Skull motorbike. It's a bike made of bones.
Oh, for God's sake.
This set comes with a Pilot J and a generic skeleton person. And the bike itself, I actually love the design. It's nice and simple, not too overwhelming, just a fun little bike innit. Anyway, I'm waffling, let's get building. So this bike is much more technical than the other sets, so I used a lot of weird technical builds. Added a big wheel because you can't have a bike without a big wheel, and then topped it off with some flame pieces and added a smaller wheel because you can't have a bike without a smaller wheel, and finally built the 2D skeletal cranium and put it on, and the set is finished. So now that all 3 sets are finished, let's take a full look at them and compare how accurate they are to the original. So here's a blacksmith shop. So first let's look at the minifigures. So here we have just a regular Pilot Kai with a map, which I got from like a old pirate set. Then we got the skeleton, which I used the piece from the Crystal King, since it just looks the most like it. And yeah, now let's move on to the build. Now I'll be honest, the roof looks ugly. Then we got the weapon rack, which comes with all of the swords, and apart from that, the like build is pretty fine. It's just the roof that's a bit disgusting. So yeah, the interior looks fine, the fireplace looks good, then we have the tree, Oh yeah, and the chimney. So yeah, let's move on to my next set. And here we have the mountain shrine. So like I said, minifigures. We just got the normal pilot Kai with the sword of fire and the spinner. Wait, let me test it. Oh wait. Then we got just a regular dangly skeleton, but in white, since I don't have the pieces in tan. Now let's test the spinner. Yeah, it works way better without the minifigure. Like, look at that looks fine, but as soon as you add the minifigure, it starts being difficult. But let's move on to the main build, which is the mountain shrine in it. And I'll be honest, this looks terrible. The colors are not right. I mean, this is meant to be all red, but I don't have it. I've only got one. And the lobsters, yeah, this is not a good set that I made. And we got the chain, which I made out of brick since I don't actually have the proper piece. And yeah, next we have the side build, which it just doesn't look good, innit? Like, we got like space, like what? I don't get that. Then we just got a chest with gold in it. And yeah, that concludes this one. Looks trash. And for the final build, we've got the Skull motorbike, which comes with Pilot J with his normal, like, simple nunchucks and a black sword. Nothing special. Then we got a generic skeleton guy with a bone weapon. So moving on to the set, this is probably my favorite one out of all the ones that I built, since it's probably the most set accurate, since like it's just white and black in it. There's some technic pieces where, like, yeah, it's not that accurate, but yeah. And you've got this lever here where if you pull that flips forward, but it can't go back, so like that's pretty weird. And the face looks pretty creepy, I guess. Hair is meant to have like these like tire pieces, but I don't have them. So yeah. And yeah, this is probably my favorite one. Like, it works good as well. Yeah. And that concludes all my most accurate recreation of old pilot sets. How accurate do you think I got? Subscribe if you hate them. Also, if you guys like this video idea where I rebuild old Ninjago sets with my own parts, let me know and I'll make more. And now I need to go and destroy this. Bye.